This is the second pipe of the 7 series that I showed you, and it's a beautiful little bull cap which is just made for this unscented Dark Flake which I'm smoking tonight, Gareth Hogarth. And it tastes so sweet in it. First time I've used this pipe, it was probably the worst one as well. It was totally carboned up. I couldn't even get my little finger in halfway. So anyway, now it's, even though it's only a small pipe, it's happy. And I've fed it with olive oil, so all the very pale brown, which was almost white in patches, that's gone. That's okay. He's got his nice light colour back now. So I'm really pleased about that. The stem itself wasn't too, well, it was pretty bad actually. It was well clogged up, especially around this the bit here, the lip. I had to use a needle to clean it out, and it's had all sorts in it. I didn't actually put it through the bleach. It didn't need it. I did it with some different grades of fine sandpaper, wet and dry paper if you like. And as you can see, it's come up very nicely. And this is a My Pal pipe made in Italy. So I think it's going to be a good little pal, as it's called, My Pal. I've got some others which are similar. I've got one which is very similar, and it's like the one last night. It looks like a Czechoslovakian one because I can just about make the writing out on the bottom. And a bit of a mishap with one actually, because they've all had the metal stingers in, and I've got them all out. I thought I'd got them all out. Anyway, I looked at one which had the stem was halfway out, and as I pulled it out a bit I could see there was a stinger in. Anyway, I managed to get it out, and then I did have a mishap. I was in a bit of a rush actually, I shouldn't have been. I used the pliers to pull it out, and most of the metal came out, but it left a piece in, so I thought, oh dear, that's going to be fun. So with this shard of metal, probably about a quarter of an inch in, I thought, right, well, I'll try and push it out from the other end. So I got a nice piece of stiff wire and pushed it forward a little bit, then it jammed again. As I was pulling it out, a piece of the lip snapped off. Fortunately, it was a good clean break, so I've glued it back on. Not this one very like it. I've glued it back on, so I'm leaving that one to set for a few hours. Hopefully it'll be okay, otherwise I'll have to get a new stem for it. But with the stinger still sticking out, I thought, what am I going to do? So I got a little bradawl, which is like I think they call it a bradawl or an awl, which is like it's got a T end to it. It's like a screw, very fine screw. Pushed the screw into the metal bit a few inches, and it started to come out. Screwed it in again, pop, and hey presto, it came out. So that was good anyway. So I gave them all a good clean, and someone was asking me why there's sometimes a gap between the wood and the actual vulcanite or whatever it is, of the stem there sometimes, and it's usually you get caked up with tar and bits of tobacco and things. So if you take a pin or a needle and go around it carefully, wet it with some Q-tips, cotton buds as we call them, in some strong alcohol, give it a good soak in, and then it'll usually come out. Very often it'll pop back in. So just a few tips there. But it's part of the fun, as I've said to some people who've been speaking about it to me on the internet. It's part of the piping pleasure really, is to do things up yourself at times. I know some people haven't got either the patience or just the time to do it, so they just want to buy a pipe and use it. Fair enough, nothing wrong with that, but I've always liked messing about with pipes ever since I was a kid, ever since I was first sitting in a farm field trying to sort out an old pipe I had and stuff it full of carrot leaves and anything else I could find. but yeah, it's going to be a nice little pipe, this. It really tastes so sweet tonight for a strong tobacco, the Dark Flake. It tastes lovely. It really does. And even though it's the unscented one, there's still a slight essence of the Lakeland fluorescence there. Probably the presses that they use, it's probably got a few stains of the aromatic ones, and it just gets in, or it's in the atmosphere, I don't know. It's only very, very, very slight though. It's just a good, strong, dark white taste. Got the Virginia in there, it's definitely got a bit of sweetness as well, which is just so great. It just comes over as a sort of a molasses sweetness. Lovely. In some ways you could say it was like Mac Baron's H&H Bull Kentucky, but I'd say this was sweeter, the Dark Flake. It's more of a rounded flavour. There again, 1792's got a similarity, because that's quite strong, but Dark Flake's got the edge, I reckon, for nicotine levels anyway. Very nice. Anyway guys, so that's number 2 sorted out. My pal. Speak soon. Keep it smoky.